Have you ever felt like life was a journey where you struggled to keep pace with the world around you? Deep in your heart, there is a call waiting for an answer, a truth so powerful it cannot be ignored. Within yourself, you may have always carried an invisible weight, a feeling rooted not in anything you could name, but in something you always sensed was different about you. This quiet wisdom within has been inviting you to face this truth for a long time. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. These words remind you of a divine reality that embraces you every time you question the meaning of your life. You are not an ordinary traveler. Your creation was shaped with intention from the beginning, designed as part of an eternal plan. The storms that came before you, the obstacles in your path, could not alter this plan. It was never about merely surviving. It was about carrying light and leaving your mark in this world. At certain points in your life, a sense of alienation may have taken root within you. You found yourself among others, yet it seemed as though their rhythm was not in sync with yours. There was an invisible gap between what people understood and what you felt. While this gap may have left you feeling isolated, it also opened a door to your inner depths. Beyond that door stood a truth that was separate from the world, yet invited you to root yourself deeply within it. As a child, there may have been moments in the dark when you felt a warmth you could neither express nor deny. Something unseen enveloped you, a presence that marked the first sign you were never alone. This feeling didn't require rational explanation or anyone else's validation. It became a refuge for your fears, a guide for your uncertainties. It comforted you in ways no words could, quietly touching the hidden wounds of your soul. Perhaps questions constantly swirled in your mind. Why am I here? What is the source of these feelings? Who is watching over me? Yet no matter how much you questioned, you always knew something was watching you, guiding you, or holding your hand. That presence was sometimes as soft as a whisper, other times as forceful as a roaring energy. Deep within, you always knew those feelings were far from ordinary. While others might not have understood, for you, they were undeniable truth. Every challenge, every wound you've endured has carried a message not just for you, but for the people around you. Your mission is not just to overcome your trials, it is also to reach into the darkness and lead others into the light. Your existence has become a bridge for the salvation of other souls. With every step you take, you carry an energy that touches the hope of others. This is why the pressure on you has never lessened. Your presence has been a source of transformation in countless lives. Your purpose is not merely to walk the path, but to pave the way for others. This call is not just for you. It is a path of liberation for those who follow behind you. Even though the challenges of life pressed you down, an inner calling always whispered that you are meant to seek more meaning, more light, more truth. This quest may have seemed endless, but in reality, every search was a discovery. In every dark season, there was a force protecting you, lifting you, and guiding you toward a greater purpose. Now, look deeply into your soul. Realize that the moments that seemed like loneliness were never truly empty. Your destiny has never been ordinary and never will be. Like someone chosen, feel the weight of the responsibility you carry on this earthly journey. Every step you take is not only for yourself, but also a sign for those who follow you. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the perfect time to share it. By clicking the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more, you can help spread God's blessings. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but also the souls of many through this platform. Each of you holds a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will become the fruit of our prayers. Act now, share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, because you were created to do even greater works in the loving hands of God. May God bless you. This journey is not an end, it is a beginning. Everything you have experienced has guided you toward the truth that will one day become a beacon of light for others. That energy you feel inside is a sign of God's hand upon you. Every moment when others didn't understand you, it was carrying you deeper into divine understanding. That understanding will not only remind you of who you are, but also why you are here. Never forget, you are not alone. You are more than just a part of a plan. You are the most vital piece of that plan. Now walk in the light of this truth, for your path has already been laid out. And here it is, a call standing before you, proclaiming that every challenge you've faced, every dark moment you've endured, carried a message meant just for you. This message has come to awaken the strength within you, introducing you to a divine love that sees you and understands you. You are not alone. There has always been a force walking beside you, guiding you toward the answers that lie deep within your heart. Now is the time to accept this truth and invite it into your life. For all along, you have been guided by a light, and now that light is calling you to see it more clearly. Have you ever been overwhelmed by a strong sense that your existence carries a meaning far beyond ordinary patterns? That feeling was like a guide, directing you toward a unique path. The world around you may feel like a puzzle with misplaced pieces, but that misalignment is part of a divine plan, shaping you for a greater purpose. Who you are, the qualities you carry, and the differences you feel are not meant for conforming to mediocrity, but for embracing the extraordinary. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. These words remind you that your existence is not random and that every step you take is part of a purposeful design. God's hands have shaped you, and your soul was crafted from the very beginning for a greater plan. You are here not just to survive, but to carry light and pierce through the darkness with it. Throughout your life, there has always been a presence silently watching over you. It has been waiting for you to recognize the difference you have felt deep within. That difference was never a burden. It was a key that has brought you to the threshold of a door. Before you were born, the fabric of your existence was woven with intent. Each thread was part of a bond, connecting you not only to the world, but also to a divine truth. Brought forth from nothingness into meaning, your life was created not for an ordinary existence, but to reflect a deeper, greater reality. Look back on your past. Remember the times when the winds blew fiercest, when the waves tried to knock you down. In every storm, unseen hands carried you. There was always protection, always guidance. The challenges in your life may have left marks on your soul, but those marks were not reminders of weakness. They were reminders of your strength. They were signs of victories won at the end of battles fought. Every scar tells a story of resilience, a story of endurance. God's hands over you didn't just protect you from the dangers you could see, they shielded you from the hidden traps of darkness. There was always a battle being fought around you, a battle waged on your behalf. But the purpose of that battle was never to destroy you, it was to strengthen you. Unseen warriors, a divine army, stood by your side. They fought to lift you to a place where darkness could not touch you. The effects of those battles did not promise you invincibility. Instead, they taught you the true meaning of resilience and showed you how deeply you are blessed. In every struggle, in every trial, know that you have been walking within a greater purpose. God is writing a story for you, one much larger than you can imagine. In that story, every wound becomes a key that unlocks the door to victory. You did not just survive. You are here to live a life filled with meaning and divine purpose. And remember, your journey is not just for you. The path you are walking carries a light that will illuminate the way for others. God called you before you were born. He knew you, He protected you, and He elevated you as part of His plan. Now look back on your past and see how those unseen hands held you. They saved you, not only from battles, but from the darkness within yourself. You are not just a strong individual. You are a reflection of a divine plan. Your journey will serve as a guide for the lost and a source of comfort for the wounded. This is your story, but it is also part of His greater plan. Now, carry that light and show it to the world. Perhaps you've wondered why you've faced so much resistance, why life hasn't seemed fair to you. The reason lies in the fact that you were never meant for an ordinary journey. Your existence has been perceived as a threat. The light you carry is a challenge to the darkness. The struggles you've endured weren't born from the need to conform to a typical life, but from the waves created by the weight of your soul. This journey has tested you, but it has also made you grow. Now is the time to accept this truth and embrace the light within you. The power you hold is vast. It doesn't just transform you, but inspires the world around you. When life's harsh blows sought to wound you, you could feel the embrace of an invisible protection surrounding you. This shield was like an unbreakable barrier, one that the external forces could not penetrate. You felt the pain, but you never gave up. That resilience was not your own. It was a strength bestowed upon you. The path you walk is not ordinary. It has been shaped by a divine touch. This truth, like a song echoing in the darkness, unsettled the enemy because your light disrupted their plans. You were never abandoned. A hand has always been there to support you in every trial. An unseen guide has walked with you, moving step by step as you battled the darkness. Unknown realms waged wars on your behalf, and the burdens you carried were not only physical, but also symbols of spiritual endurance. Every attempt to bring you down was defeated by the sacred power accompanying you. The obstacles you faced were not signs of weakness, but of your strength. The enemy sought ways to stop you, but your inner light continued to instill fear in them. Beloved brothers and sisters, may God's peace rest upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is anchored in God's divine plan, unshaken by the fleeting worries of this world. As Scripture says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Acts 20:25. Like the mighty oak tree, our roots are deeply embedded in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we hold, is secured by His power. And now, you have an opportunity to be part of this blessing. By clicking the Super Thanks button and contributing $100, this act will return to you with 100-fold abundance. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. These words speak to who you are, why you are here, and the magnitude of the light you carry. You are not merely a traveler, you are a bearer of divine light. Every scar, every struggle in your life has been an opportunity for that light to shine brighter. The calling you carry in your heart is not just for you. It is a guide for others to find their way. Imagine a lighthouse, its beacon guiding lost ships through the storm. That is what you are. Your presence has become a guide for those lost in the darkness. Every hardship you endured shaped not only your resilience, but also the strength to lead others. At times, this burden felt heavy. At times, it challenged you, but it never fully stopped you. That's because your existence isn't confined to your own story. It plays a pivotal role in the transformation of other lives as well. Every scar carried a message. That message wasn't just about your perseverance, it reflected a strength that could inspire others. The trials in your life didn't just make you grow. They paved a path for those who follow in your footsteps. You are a bridge, a passage built for others to move from darkness into light. Every lesson you learned through your struggles became a source of hope for someone else. This is why the pressure you feel has never eased, because the responsibility you carry is anything but ordinary. Every step you take leaves a mark for others to follow. God's call to you was never just about your own salvation. It was about bringing others to the light through you. His choice of you was not random. It was because you were ready for the role and the strength it required. Now recognize the significance of this calling. Every challenge you have faced has opened doors for others to pass through. Your presence has been a source of transformation, bringing hope to those lost in the darkness. You are not just a traveler. You are the one who opens and illuminates the way. As part of the divine plan, every step you take carries the guidance of God. This mission impacts not only you, but also those who come after you. Everything you do links together the chains of salvation. Your presence has become a bridge for other souls, a passage leading them toward their liberation. Now embrace the magnitude of this calling. You are a carrier of light, a guide, a leader, and a source of salvation. Every scar, every victory, every step you've taken has only reinforced this truth. God chose you because you have the strength to carry this burden. Even in the darkest places, your light continued to shine. You became a safe harbor in the midst of the storm. And now, it is time to invite others into that safety. Share your journey, show the light behind every trial you've endured. For your story will become the story of others' salvation. The plan God has for you cannot be stopped. Your role is simply to be a reflection of that plan. Now walk with this light and let others find their way through you. Your existence is not solely for completing your own journey, but also for offering hope and a way out to others. Your progress leads others out of their darkness. If you falter on this path, those who follow will also remain stuck in the same place. The calling that has touched your life is neither a coincidence nor a task that can be passed on to someone else. This burden that makes you different has, over the years, transformed into struggles you didn't always understand. Some have stood against you simply because they were intimidated by the power of your presence. They thought you shouldn't be who you are, yet they failed to realize that this choice was not made by human hands, but came from a higher source. Your mission is not just to find your own way, but to break through the barriers that others could not. The power you carry is not only for yourself, it is to open doors once closed and to chart a new path for the future. The resistance you face comes from the discomfort your light brings to those who dwell in darkness. This is no ordinary battle. It is a fight to break chains and open blocked paths. This task placed upon you is not connected solely to you. It is intertwined with all those who will be touched by your guidance. Every step you take creates an unseen bond with another life. This is why the obstacles you face are not ordinary. Those who try to stop you know that when you move forward, the light you carry will push back the darkness. You are not only a guide, but also a transformer. Your existence serves as a divine connection, a challenge to the darkness, and every step you take opens doors to freedom for others. The fact that you are protected stems not only from the love directed toward you, but also from the magnitude of the mission you carry. Your life is no ordinary journey. It is a beacon of light that makes it possible for many others to be freed from darkness. The light you hold within is not only for your own guidance, but also for helping others find their way. If you have ever doubted your significance, remember this: your existence is a bridge that connects to the destinies of others. The paths you open with your steps guide those who follow behind. This burden is uniquely yours, and no one else can bear it with the strength you possess. Now, everything that has been hidden in the past is being revealed. The plans of those who sought to hinder you can no longer hide in the shadows. Intentions that were once masked behind false words are now exposed. Those who once appeared as friends are now showing their true faces through the schemes they wove behind your back. Subtle inconsistencies that you intuitively sensed are now forming a clear picture for all to see. Those who tried to block your progress are now unveiling the reality of their hidden motives through the challenges they placed in your path. You have felt this before. There were moments when words and actions did not align, and you noticed clues you didn't want to confront. People you trusted acted like invisible chains, slowing your steps. Now, however, it is time to face the truth. The veil of betrayal is being lifted, and you will clearly see who has been working to undermine you while walking beside you. This moment is not just about you. It is a turning point for fulfilling the mission you carry. Your identity, the light you bear, and its impact are the keys to the liberation of others. Every obstacle was meant to slow you down, but no power has been able to extinguish the light you carry. When the truth comes to light, your heart may feel burdened for a while. You may find yourself questioning the details you previously overlooked and the true nature of those you once trusted. However, this moment is not merely one of unraveling. It is also a time of enlightenment. Remember, their betrayal was not a reflection of your weakness, but of their fear of your light's power. Your rise threatened their plans, shaking the fragile foundations they relied upon. They sought to stop you because your progress would inevitably unmask their deception. For a long time, they succeeded in hiding in the shadows, but that era is coming to an end. The darkness they used to conceal themselves will disperse, and their identities will be revealed with clarity. They will be forced to a point where the truth can no longer be hidden. Their actions and consequences, brought to light by a power they never recognized, will become undeniably visible. They will no longer be able to shelter behind lies and will have no choice but to face the reality. This confrontation won't stem from a sudden burst of honesty, but from an inevitable surrender to the truth they can no longer evade. As they realize their efforts to hinder you were in vain, the weight of their actions will become unbearable. Acknowledging the failure of their past schemes, they may even approach you seeking forgiveness. But this will not merely be an apology, it will be a moment of submission to the strength they see in you. Despite their best attempts to obstruct your path, they will come to understand that the light you carry cannot be extinguished, and in that realization, They will see that your resolve was the ultimate force that overturned their darkest plans. The blows you've endured did not weaken you. Instead, they shaped your inner strength. Every hardship you faced wove itself into the fabric of your resilience, preparing you for a deeper understanding. The unveiling of the truth has never been rushed. Everything unfolds in a way that aligns with what you can perceive and bear. Just as a master craftsman tempers metal to make it stronger, God has been fortifying you for truths you weren't ready to face before. Every experience was a teacher, and every challenge was a preparation. For when the time of great revelations comes, you must have the maturity and strength to discern and embrace the truth. The moment is approaching. A time is coming when the fog will lift and the truth will emerge with clarity. Those who seemed close to you, yet carried hidden agendas in the shadows, will have their masks removed. The efforts of those who operated in secrecy will be exposed. However, this is not an act of punishment, but the unfolding of divine order. The true intentions of everyone will be brought to light. The gap between their words and actions will no longer remain hidden. Some, upon realizing the weight of their mistakes, will seek inner peace through genuine repentance. Quietly burdened by their misdeeds, they will ask for forgiveness to ease their conscience. Yet for others, this will not merely be about resolving their inner conflicts. Their actions will be so intertwined with you and the mission you carry that they will realize they cannot find peace without confronting you. Their confessions will not only acknowledge past wrongs, but also mark the necessity of a new beginning for themselves. Now is the perfect time to click the Super Thanks button on YouTube and share God's blessings. You can contribute to His plan and become a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you multiplied far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessings are with you in every step and every act of giving. By doing so, you become part of His divine plan. You are a powerful, radiant being, unshakable like His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your spirit, and illuminate the world with this confidence and courage. Be blessed, and may the Lord's light guide your path. God's plan has perfectly orchestrated when and how this confrontation will occur. For this process is not only meant to transform you, but also those who have opposed you. This moment has been prepared so that you may choose to forgive from a place of strength. In doing so, you enable not only your own journey, but also the freedom of others. Your forgiveness is not a weakness. It is a reflection of divine strength. This is not about reckoning. It is about turning a new page for both your soul and theirs. Peace will only be possible when you choose to release this burden. The wisdom and inner strength you possess now have been given to you so that you may confront everything you have experienced. Despite the pain caused by deep betrayals, God calls you to forgiveness. This is not an optional choice. It is a divine call shaped by a purpose beyond your judgment. The actions of those who work to hinder you were fueled by their own fears and weaknesses. Their intent may have been to stop your steps and extinguish the light you carry, but the consequences went far beyond their control. Yet, the duty of forgiveness that falls upon you carries a meaning far greater than simply absolving their wrongs. This act is not about excusing their behavior or diminishing the harm they caused. On the contrary, this forgiveness is a declaration that none of their efforts could disrupt the divine plan set upon your life. Forgiving is your liberation. It is about shedding your burdens to allow for a new beginning. breaking free from the chains of the past. It is the acknowledgement that everything that has happened serves no other purpose than to contribute to the mission of your path. While their actions may have shaken you, this process was nothing more than a tool to grow your will and spiritual strength. By embracing this truth now, you open the path to freedom not only for yourself, but also for others. Their plans were designed to stop you, but there was a truth they failed to recognize. The very solution and salvation they sought were hidden in your existence. Had they chosen to walk alongside you instead of opposing you, they would have realized that your rise could open new pathways for them as well. Yet, the light of guidance you carried appeared to them as a threat. Your life was a bridge to their salvation, but instead of recognizing this, they chose to see you as a rival. Now, as the shadows of their actions fall upon them, everything they concealed in darkness will come to light, and the traps they set will ensnare them instead. Despite all their efforts, they will arrive at the realization that they never held control. They will come to understand that the obstacles they planned could not alter or derail the path God prepared for you. Confronted with the consequences of their actions, they will face the fear and ambition that lay hidden within them. Yet this confrontation will not be their loss, but a part of your victory. Still, God calls you to walk the path of forgiveness. For forgiveness does not mean condoning their actions. It means releasing the burdens, letting go of the weight of the past, and focusing on the road ahead. Their wrongs did not and will not destroy the divine plan for your life. Your forgiveness is not for their freedom, but for your own. Through it all, you stand tall, accepting that what has happened has only made you stronger, that your journey cannot be interrupted, and that God is with you every step of the way. No hand that touches your life can alter the course of your destiny. No matter how many plans are made against you, the power of the divine plan works beyond every obstacle. All their efforts to stop you will only serve to make you stronger and more resilient. The great irony is that your existence was their way out. The very person they tried to destroy was the one carrying the key to the solution they needed. Now, as they face the consequences of their actions, they will come to realize that you were never their enemy, but their guide. This realization may weigh heavily on them, yet your role is to show grace. The purpose of your forgiveness is not to shield them from consequences, but to free yourself from the weight of pain. Forgiving does not mean they were right. Rather, it is proof of your spiritual strength and determination. God has set His plan in motion through you, and that plan is unstoppable. Everything you've experienced has served to shape the greatness of the victory that lies ahead. Their mistakes cannot disrupt your mission. Your forgiveness is an act that reflects the magnitude of the divine plan and serves only to preserve your inner peace. Despite every attack, your determination and grace-filled approach will reveal that God has used these struggles to make you stronger. Each step you take in this process becomes part of a greater victory, gaining meaning as it unfolds. You have been called to a unique mission, and the power you carry is surrounded by a protection so profound that ordinary eyes cannot see it. Every step you take is not only yours, but a reflection of a larger movement, piecing together the components of a divine plan. From the very beginning, there was a hand shaping you. This guiding force has been preparing you for a purpose far greater than you could imagine. No betrayal or opposing force can diminish the sacredness you carry. The power that has called you extends beyond time and ensures the preservation of your purpose. As you move forward on this journey, know that the protection over you is unshakable. Your destiny cannot be stolen, altered, or delayed. There is a reason you were chosen for this path. The burden you carry reflects a responsibility only you are strong enough to bear. You are a source of hope for those around you, a guide who provides an escape for others. The blessings flowing through you will continue like an unstoppable current. No obstacle can block the divine plan, and no attempt can halt what has already been written. Now is the time to strengthen your stance and fully embrace your identity. Share your experiences, the challenges you have overcome, and how you have persisted despite opposition. You are living proof of divine protection. Every obstacle has only made you stronger, and your story has transformed into a light for others to follow. Speak your truth, and let your words serve as a guide for those who have lost hope. Your journey is a reflection of divine victory, an unquenchable light. Now is the time to let the world see it.